Good evening. It's Wednesday, November 19, 2025. Welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board. Tonight's Town Board meeting is a double. It is a voting meeting with 17 items, and we have 4 items on a work session. I call this meeting to order, and I ask if, please rise, face the flag. Councilwoman McDonough will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thanks. If our town clerk, Alice Daly, would please do a roll call attendance.
Councilman Lugo?
Here.
Councilman Kearns?
Present.
Councilwoman McDonough? Here. Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Here.
Everybody wake up.
So as part of town law, if we were to need to do a public hearing, we have to post it 10 days in advance. While we were doing the budget, there came a time when we were within just a few $1,000s of the cap. So just as a precaution, we noticed holding a public hearing tonight for the ability to go over the tax cap. That's not happening. We don't need to override the tax cap, but we still have to announce the public hearing just as part of the procedure and the law. But again, we are under the cap, so this was just in case for some reason we needed to go over the cap. We wouldn't be able to override it if we didn't notice it. So if there's no objection, we're not going to read the notice of public hearing. And so it was proposed local law to consider the adoption of local law to override the limit on the amount of real property taxes that may be levied according to General Municipal Law 3C. So if there is no motion to open a public hearing,
Nope.
then we will proceed on to a motion to open the voting meeting.
So,
Second.
Lombardi and seconded by Kearns and McDonough, and all in favor?
Aye.
Unanimous on that. So can I get another motion, this one to accept the town board minutes from October 15th and November 5th?
So moved.
Second.
And seconded by McDonough and Lugo, and all in favor?
Aye.
Again, unanimous. Our first resolution is amending and adopting preliminary budget as of 2026 annual, as our 2026 annual budget. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
sure. Whereas the town board has met at the time and place specified in the notice of public hearing on the preliminary budget and heard all persons desiring to be heard thereon, and whereas following the public hearing, the town board met with the town comptroller, Marianne Maxwell, regarding the amended preliminary budget as described on the attached schedule to arrive at a final budget for fiscal year 2026. Now therefore be it resolved that the final budget, as incorporated herein and made a part hereof, is hereby adopted at the annual budget of the town of Carmel for the fiscal year beginning on the first day of January 2026, and that such budget as so adopted be entered in detail in the minutes of this town board, and be it further resolved that the town of Carmel town clerk Alice Daly shall prepare and certify in duplicate copies of said annual budget as adopted by this town board, together with the assessment rolls for benefit improvements adopted pursuant to Section 202A, Subdivision 2 of the town law, and deliver one copy thereof to the town supervisor, Michael Cazzari, to be presented to the Putnam County legislator. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lombardi, and can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough? Yes. Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Our next resolution is scheduling of a public hearing to hear objections or to assessment rolls for the operation and maintenance of the improvements to the garbage, sewer, and water districts for the fiscal year 2026. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Whereas the town of Carmel hereby has completed its assessment rolls for the operation and maintenance of the improvements servicing Carmel sewer districts number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and extensions thereto, as well as Carmel water districts 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, and 14, and extensions thereto, as well as the Town of Carmel garbage districts of said town for fiscal year 2026. And whereas said assessment rolls have been filed with Alice Daly, Town Clerk of the Town of Carmel, now therefore be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby schedules a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, on Wednesday, December 10, 2025, at 7 p.m. or soon thereafter that evening as possible, for the purpose of considering any objections which may be had to said assessment roll. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
That's unanimous again. Our third resolution is consenting to the assignment of contract for payment processing services, receiver of taxes. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby consents to the assignment of the contract for credit card processing services for the Office of Receiver of Taxes from CSG Fort to World Pay LLC, effective immediately. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Kearns. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Fourth up is a resolution establishing employment anniversary dates. Councilman Kearns, could you read that for us?
Yep. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby establishes the date of hire and/or anniversary date for employee number 2911 from October 21, 2024 to March 21, 2024, for all purposes including but not limited to credit in the New York State and local retirement system. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby establishes the date of hire and/or anniversary date for employee number 2977 from May 8, 2025 to November 18, 2024, for all purposes included but not limited to credit in the New York State and local retirement system. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough. Can we have a roll call?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is authorizing the entry into a contract with Penplax, Inc. for Service Award Program Administration. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as the Commissioners of Carmel Fire Protection Districts 1 and 2, hereby authorizes entry into Service Award Program service agreements with Penflex, Inc. of Latham, New York, for administration services for the Fire Protection District Service Award Programs for year November 1, 2025 through October 31st, 2026, at an estimated cost of $8,600 for Fire Protection District Number 1 and $9,300 for Fire Protection District Number 2, and be it further resolved that the Town Supervisor, Michael Cazzari, is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation required to effect this authorization on the terms set forth herein. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 6 is authorizing budget modifications. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that, please?
Whereas the Town Controller has reviewed the budget modifications for the period ending October 31, 2025 with the Town Board, which are detailed and explained on the attached budget revisions scheduled and identified as 2025-04. Now therefore be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes and ratifies the budget modifications, revisions, itemized for period ending October 31, 2025, as reflected in Schedule 2025-04, which is attached to this resolution and incorporated herein and made part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
A second by McDonough. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is authorizes submission of statement of delinquent Town of Carmel Water District charges for levy on the 2026 county and town tax bill. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read number 7?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, pursuant to Section 198 of New York Town Law, hereby authorizes submission of the attached statements and delinquent water charges and sewer charges for various Town of Carmel water districts and sewer districts, as prepared by the Town Comptroller's Office and attached hereto and made a part hereof to the Putnam County Legislature for the levying of such charges on the 2026 county and town tax bill. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Kearns. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is a resolution authorizing the award of fall bids for the Town of Carmel Highway Department. Councilman Kearns, could you read that, please?
Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel has previously authorized advertisement for fall bid materials for the Town of Carmel Highway Department, and whereas such bids were received and opened and a bid opening memo is on file with Town Clerk Alice Daly, and now therefore it be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Stern, hereby awards the bid for the purchase of washed sand, winter mix, and guide rail materials as set forth in the memorandum of Michael Stern to the Town Board dated November 5, 2025, a copy of which is attached hereto and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is accepting the proposal for snow removal services at Swan Cove. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town Engineer Richard J. Franzetti, P.E., hereby accepts the proposal of Lake Mahopac Landscaping Services, Mahopac, New York, for snow removal services at Swan Cove for year 25-26 at a cost not to exceed $15,600. And be it further resolved that the Town of Carmel shall have unilateral options to renew the contract for said services for years 26-27 and 27-28 at costs of $16,400 and $17,300 respectively. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is authorizing the signing of change order number 2, Town Hall Roof Contract number C300. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Whereas the Town Board of Town of Carmel had previously awarded the contract for the above project to Nico K. Construction Corp., and whereas Town Engineer Richard Franzetti, P.E., has provided proposed change order number 2 to the aforesaid contract to the Town Board for consideration and review, now therefore be resolved, the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Michael Cazzari, Supervisor, to sign change order number 2 to the aforementioned contract, resulting in an overall contract price increase of $16,536.55, said change order to be informed is attached here to and made part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by McDonough. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 11 is authorizing reduction of bond for G&F Ridge Subdivision Number 7, tax map 55-224.6 and 24.7 and 24.8. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that, please?
Yes. Whereas the application has been made by Toll Northeast Building, Inc. for reduction of a subdivision bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations for the G&F subdivision 2054 Route 6, Carmel, New York, tax map number 55.2-24.6, 24.7, and 24.8, Lot 7. And whereas said application has been previously reviewed by the town engineer and a reduction of the bond has been previously recommended and approved by the planning board. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the reduction at the aforementioned bond posted for the G&F subdivision from its original amount of $2,873,000, Travelers Casualty and Surety Company of America bond number 107960549 to a reduced amount of $1,896,276,000.36. And be further resolved that any substitution of valid collateral in form of surety bond, cash bond, or letter of credit in the amount set forth herein is hereby authorized. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kearns. And a roll call, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yep. Number 12 is authorizing another reduction of bond for G&F Ridge Subdivision Lot 6, 55-224.6, 24.7, and 24.8. Councilman Kearns, could you read that, please?
Whereas application has been made by Toll Northeast Building Incorporated for a reduction of subdivision bond posted in accordance with the land subdivision and/or zoning regulations for the G and F subdivision 2054 Route 6, Carmel, New York, tax map number 55.2-24-6, 24.7, and 24.8, Lot 6, and whereas said application has previously reviewed by town engineer and a reduction of the bond has previously been recommended and approved by the planning board. Now therefore it be resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the reduction of the aforementioned bond posted for the GNF subdivision from its original amount of $2,925,000. Travelers Casualty and Surety Company of American Bond Number 107960548 to a reduced amount of $585,000. And it be further resolved that any substitution of valid collateral in form of surety bond, cash bond, or letter of credit in the amount set forth herein is hereby authorized. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 13 is declaring certain equipment obsolete and authorizing its disposal. Councilor Lugo, could you please read that?
Resolved that upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Recreation and Parks, Nina Calamire, the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby declares the equipment set forth in the memorandum dated November 6, 2025, a copy of which is attached hereto and made a part hereof, to be obsolete and authorizes its disposal in accordance with town law, including but not limited to Town Law 642-A. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. And again, please, roll call.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. The next resolution is authorizing the refund of building permit fees. Councilman Lombardi, could please read that?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Director of Code Enforcement, Michael Carnazza, hereby authorize a refund of fees set forth in the memorandum dated October 30th, 2025, with respect to AFC Urgent Care, 16 Ernest Lane, 21 Ernest Lane, 205 Barrett Hill Road, and 209 Barrett Hill Road, and 72 Galina Avenue properties. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilman Kearns. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is deletions of active list for the Mahopac Volunteer Fire Department. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes, resolved that the town board of the town of Carmel hereby authorizes the deletions of the following names from the active list of the Mahopac Volunteer Department. And I'm apologizing in advance if I pronounce your name wrong. Stephanie Ayler, Albert Kresnicki, James Fidel, Louis A. Scagnelli, Abigail R. Master Pietro. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Number 16 is authorizing the purchase and installation of server and support services. Councilman Kearns, please read that.
Resolved, the town board of the town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of town comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell, hereby authorizes the purchase and acquisition of system server units, equipment, and support services from NACA Technologies, Central Islip, New York, in accordance with the attached quote dated September 4, 2025, in the sum of $147,000, $172.91. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Last up is making the appointment to Real Property Appraiser, Office of Town Assessor. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Daniel Wiley to the position and title of Real Property Appraiser in the Office of the Town of Carmel Assessor on a permanent basis, effective immediately, subject to the terms of the Civil Service Law and Civil Service Rules and Regulations at a CSEA Group 9, Step 1 salary level. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes, so Daniel's been doing a great job at the assessor's office. He had taken the test, the results finally came, and he is number one on the list. So congratulations, Daniel.
Good job,
and,
Daniel.
Yeah, thank you for all your hard work. So, can we get a motion to close the voting meeting?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Alice.
Thank you,
Thank you so
Alice.
much, Alice.
Thanks, Alice.
Somebody want to make a motion to open up work session? And a second? Oh, good. And all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. First up is our town comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell. Did you want,
Sure, yeah.
Help?
I'll have Nina come up, yeah. So yes, this is the user fee schedules that were discussed with all the department heads. I usually send this email out sometime around the budget time and request for feedback from departments for their user fees within their departments. So I do not have any other changes other than recreation and the building department. So I'm going to just have Nina go over the recreation user fee schedules. Changes.
Awesome. Thank you, Mary Ann. Good evening, Board. So we do have a few different changes that are highlighted here. Some of it is just formatting. Some are additional fees that we are looking to add or proposing for 2026. So I can go line by line if you'd like, or if you have any specific questions.
Yeah, I just had one question, Nina.
Sure.
I gotta get back out this thing. For the adult classes, I see
Yes.
the adopted was 65 to 350.
Yes.
The proposed is 20 to 400. So I'm assuming
Yes.
that's for like single class or
Yep,
something.
so for some reason, we didn't have the kayak launches on there in that category. So
Okay.
for the kayak launches on Lake Mahopac, we charged $20 for the 2-hour time period. So
Perfect.
we wanted to make sure that that was included in that. And then some of the classes, the fees did get raised, like for horseback riding through Zephyr
Yep.
Farm, their fees went up. So we made sure to add that range on there. The same for the youth classes, the horseback riding, because it is for 7 to adults, ages 7 to adults. We made sure to reflect that for the
Okay.
youth classes as well.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome.
We were only charging $360 for the vendor for a full season?
So that full season was half the amount of time. So this past year, we did it for 12 weeks for 2025. But for 2026, based off of the feedback from the residents and from the vendors, we are moving back to a full season, which will be 24 weeks. So it'll be a weekly farmer's market from May to October. And the fee would just go based off of that. So it's the same amount of money per week. It's just double the time.
It's inexpensive, that's all I was saying.
Yeah, oh yeah,
That's
no, it's,
very inexpensive.
it's a great fee for vendors, for the market, and it's really, the point was to give something back to the community, right?
course, of
Being
course.
able to offer a great service for the community and a price that vendors would be able to actually sign on, because it's a huge commitment, for them, and it's a lot of time, so.
and there's competition, and we
Yeah.
want to encourage the
Yes.
best vendors to come to us.
Yes, absolutely. I think the other major thing on here that I should bring up, and I know we spoke about this as well, but for the waterfront at Sycamore Park, we are proposing to add the non-resident fee there. So for as long as I can remember, it has been residents only for the beach at Sycamore Park, but we have had a lot of interest from non-residents, people who believe that they do pay land taxes to the town of Carmel. They send their kids to either Mahopac or Carmel School District, and they would love to join us at Sycamore Park. So like other communities do, we're offering 2 options for non-residents this year, where they could either buy just want to make sure, the family swim permit, which would be $650 per family. It's going to be limited to 20 passes for the season. We're going to see how that goes. And then $300 for the adult pass. We figured we'd give them 2 options. A lot of other communities only give 1 option for non-residents. So we want to save space for the residents, but also be able to increase the revenue by
Yeah.
allowing non-residents to come on the
No,
beach.
and I don't have a problem with that because our lakefront does get crowded.
Yeah.
Per se, but I do see, and I know we've kept the camps.
Yes.
Are residents only
Yes.
because we have such a high demand.
Yep.
So let's keep that residents only, the waterfront, to whoever wants to do it.
Yep.
It's kind of funny.
I think it's a
People-
good trade-off.
I've had plenty of calls, people saying, I have a problem on such and such a road. I was like, what road is that?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of it. And
First come, first serve?
First come, first serve. For what are you asking?
The 20, the non-resident?
Yes. Yep, first come, first serve. It would be just like all of our other passes. They open up on a certain day. And I think that they'll fill up. I think a lot of people will come and
Yes.
utilize it, and it will increase the usage of the beach, which we want as well. So,
Sounds good.
any other questions?
Nope. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, so thank you, Nina. And then, so the other changes were in the building department, and I think Mike Renazza had sent an email with regard to the, well, it's considered bed and breakfast now, but I think it's a short-term rental fee of $1,000. So this was already in our user fee schedule, but I think he's looking to change the name of it from bed and breakfast, special application user fee
I
schedule
think we
to.
discussed raising the fee too, did we not?
Yeah, so we're going to leave it bed and breakfast?
No, we're going to
Oh,
change
it's gonna
it, we're going to
be
change it to
STR,
short-term rental.
Short-term rental.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
15, right?
Yeah, and I thought it was 1,500.
I thought we were gonna do a first-time application fee at a higher rate and then an
We
annual.
didn't discuss that.
Yeah, I think we need to discuss that. 'cause I don't- I
So
think
what
it
did you
was-
want to do then?
I think we, as the board, had to discuss it. It was brought up, but it never came to fruition. We never actually
Okay,
discussed
Decided
it. It was
on
like one of those things that were, like, usual, brought up and never discussed.
Okay.
So we have to come to an
An
agreement.
agreement,
and-
yeah.
so
is
it still on the
It's still
table
in the
then?
air.
Yeah, it's
in
still on the
discussion.
table,
Okay.
because I remember we
Yeah.
were saying
Raising it.
1,500 a year.
None of us answered it.
You know, every year they would have to do 1,500, it wouldn't be 1,000.
Okay,
I know that, but, you know, but
okay.
they need to discuss it and
Yeah, I think we need
finalize
to,
it.
I think
So
we need to
we'll
discuss
just,
it.
we'll hold off on voting for this, on this yet until that's finalized?
Yeah, I mean, we're not voting on it
Yeah, we don't
tonight
have
anyway,
until,
right?
we have a whole.
The organizational
You have
meeting is when it
until-
should
Yeah,
be,
that's
yeah.
fine.
We'll have it figured out before the next meeting.
Yeah,
Before,
it's fine. Yeah, leave it till.
yeah, before the organizational meeting really is when this should be
Yep.
voted on, so, okay.
Yeah, we'll do it in December.
Yeah, and then the only other one is this HVAC fee, which is, Mike doesn't know why it's on there as $20. What they're charging is 15, so we're just correcting the user fee schedule to 15, so. Okay,
Thank you.
that's it, thank
Got it.
you.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Mary
Mary
Ann.
Ann.
Thank you, Nina Kalmar.
Thank you, Mary.
And Mary Ann.
Thank you, Nina.
Chief of Police, Anthony Hoffman, he's come to, with a big ask.
The big ask.
It's a big ask.
Before I do that, I'd just like to take a moment to acknowledge some of the efforts of our officers earlier this week. On Monday afternoon at a residence right off of Hill Street, we got a call for a female with a serious laceration due to an accident. Officer Sillery and Officer Gabay responded very quickly, assessed the situation, realized that this woman had lost a significant amount of blood, and immediately applied a tourniquet. With EMS, got her down to a local trauma center where the surgeons got word back to our department that without the use of that tourniquet, her life would have been seriously in jeopardy. So I just wanted to thank them for their efforts and their service.
Gabay again.
Gabay, yes, Officer Gabay, the angel of Mahopac, if you will.
He really is.
But it's important because both of those officers are also members of our ERT team.
Yeah, yeah.
Officer Gabay is our team medic, Officer Sillery is our sniper, which leads me into my presentation for tonight.
Well, good work.
Yes,
Congratulations on that.
Yes,
thank you.
very good.
As the board is aware, the Putnam County Multi-Jurisdictional Police Emergency Response Team, ERT, is our tactical team, our SWAT team that we operate with the Town of Kent Police. And we've been doing that for almost 20 years as a 3-jurisdictional team along with the Sheriff's Office. At the end of 2023, the Sheriff's Office left due to some legislative challenges. But ever since then, we've been looking to get the team back together. We all realize that we need to work together. We need to maximize the efforts and the resources that we have, being such a small county that we are. So fortunately, recently with Sheriff Hess coming on board as the Putnam County Sheriff, with a meeting between him, Chief Owens from Kent, and myself, we were able to figure out that the best way forward was to actually pursue an IMA between the two teams, between Kent and Carmel, the municipalities with ERT, and Putnam County, the municipality with SRT, the Sheriff's Response Team, to detail mutual aid and joint training. This doesn't impact any sort of budgetary issues or liability issues on our end. It's just an agreement to work together, and that we feel would be the first step to bringing the team together as one. So I would recommend the IMA that I offered to the board, that we enact that, and we pass it along to the town of Kent. They're going to have their town board meeting in a couple of weeks. Sheriff Hess has already presented it to the Putnam County Law Department to be presented to the legislature, and then we can, the three jurisdictions can completely enact that IMA, and hopefully in early 2026, we can work towards becoming one team again at a, hopefully save some money for our residents. Any questions?
I just have one, because I know one of the, from what I believe, the stickling points is when you all were called to, with the old one, you were all called to a scene. There was who's in charge or who has the authority, you know, to the first command. Is that in the IMA now, that when you get to the scene?
That, well, what that would entail is that whoever the requesting jurisdiction is. If there's an incident here in Carmel, we would be the requesting jurisdiction. Kent would be coming as part of ERT.
Okay.
And then the sheriff's team would be coming in at a mutual aid capacity. And then vice versa. Let's say, for instance, we respond out to Southeast. We would be responding mutual aid to the sheriff's office
So,
request.
I know, you and I have had a ton of meetings on this subject. I attended some of the county meetings with you. And I know last year we had an IMA with Westchester County. Is that IMA going to be null and void now, or are we going to continue our relationship with Westchester County on top of the relationship with Putnam County?
The IMA that we have with Westchester is just for general
Yeah.
mutual aid, just general police services. This is specific to a tactical team.
Awesome.
Chief, I'm happy to hear all this, and I'm super confident that you'll be able to work it out amongst each division of
Thank you,
who
Councilman.
you're dealing with, so.
And that-
Thank
that's
you.
the way
It's
it
great.
worked.
That's the way how it worked.
Should always be that
It
way,
was
yeah.
great.
No, but the
Way before.
municipality that was making the call, whether it was the chief
Right,
here or
wait.
their chief, that's who was
Yeah, way back.
in charge.
That's all
And that's- we're
provided
just
for.
continuing the same, it's just.
Again, super confident that you'll be able to work that out.
And
with
again, the
all
main
officers.
goal for this is to reinstate the team how it was originally put together, correct?
Yes, that's correct.
That's,
And
because that's what I would like to see done.
utilizing the state guidelines and laws that are already on the books. So
Yep.
we're going to, whatever challenges that we had in late 2023, we're going to overcome.
Awesome.
And do it right.
Good job,
Good
Chief.
to
Thank
hear.
you.
Thank you.
So you want to mention snow removal before you?
So,
overnight
yes,
parking?
our parking restrictions are back in effect as of November 15th. Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. On all town roads, there are parking between 6 PM and 9 AM is restricted, and that is for the great work of Superintendent Stern and the Highway Department for snow removal. So we
Yeah,
have.
because it makes their life miserable if everyone's parked in the road and they're
Can't
trying to
park on the
plow.
street, Mike?
So-
Not just miserable, but it's a safety issue, too. If the plows can't get through, the roads stay icy, that's a traffic hazard for us.
Yes, but having the police come and tow your car
We-
in the middle of a snowstorm is a nightmare. and
We
it's-
would prefer voluntary compliance if
we
folks
would-
just get their cars off the road, but we will issue summonses if we have to.
Yes.
I heard Mike
Thank
Stern's
you.
going to use the plow to push him out of the way.
Chief,
No.
thank you so much.
Thank you, have a good night.
And then our engineer, Richard J. Franzetti, is here. Consider request for a contract amendment for 2024-002. Sir?
Good evening, Board. In 2024, we solicited proposals for emergency generator service maintenance at various locations throughout the town of Carmel. There are 43 generators that are currently being serviced. The proposal identified the contract would be effective for 3 years, starting in January of '25 through December of '27, with unilateral options. Mac Pro, single 1-year period options. Mac Pro is the lowest responsible proposer, and they have sufficiently performed the service since 2020. The Director of Parks and Recreation, Nina Calamire, requested that the airport generator be added to the service and maintenance list, and there is attached, is indicated that the annual cost for the service would be $600. That's for 2 service maintenance visits per year, and it will be in effect for the remainder of the contract.
I thought we were going to upgrade that because it wasn't a commercial
Again, right now, that's a different conversation. Right now, that is the generator that will be serviced. It needs to be upgraded at one point in time to be more of a commercial one, but he will service this one.
Can we see can you send us the contract so we could review it?
Sure. Contract or the RFP that went out?
Both.
Water restriction?
So the board may have been receiving calls from various residents about the water restrictions in Carmel Water District 2. The board may recall when we had our meeting here in, I guess, September, we opted for mandatory water restrictions, but we were only going to issue them when the tanks were going to start to be drained. So starting, what's today? Today is the 19th. Today they started draining the Clapboard Ridge tank. So we have 3 tanks in service, 2 at Everett Road, 1 at Lindy. We're draining the Clapboard Ridge, which is the one behind ShopRite. That will be drained, refurbished, and probably be put back into service around the end of January, because you have to wait for all the curing times and all the paints and approvals from the county with regards to the various tests that are needed. Once that is refilled and back in service, we will be draining the Lindy tank, so that tank can be then torn down, removed, and replaced. So the mandatory restrictions will be about 6-7 months, starting now, and that would be the maximum. And hopefully, depending if there's no kind of delays with any of the equipment or the metals or the sheet metal coming in for the new Lindy tank, that would be the case. So these mandatory restrictions are now in effect, and they will be in effect till next year. Until we know better, when we have a better schedule, I'll let the board know when we can lift them. So that's the course of action we're taking right now.
Because that was the question that I was fielding, was everyone was calling, why is there an emergency? Why is it? It's not really an emergency, it's just that we don't want to have no water or a lack of water in case there is an emergency. That's why. We've got 3 tanks running, because we added the 500-gallon at Everett Road, and
Correct, and they're called emergency, it's mandatory water restrictions based on an emergency. The emergency is we don't want to waste water. We have 3 tanks in service, 2 at Everett Road. We have that extra 500,000-gallon tank that is there, along with the 300,000-gallon tank. That was just put back into service. Unfortunately, there's a couple of pinhole leaks in it that we're going to get repaired, but we'll have that. That'll be torn down next year too, but that won't impact water usage, right? So once Clapboard is back in service and once we get Lindy rebuilt anew, then we can take down that extra Everett Road tank and not worry about it ever again. So that unsightly one will be gone, and that's where we'll be going with it.
And this is a standard procedure. We just did this past summer as well, correct? Not in Carmel, but over in Carmel Water District, or in District 8.
When we did Water District 8, we have only 2 tanks in there serving the 4 water
Correct.
districts. So yes, it is standard practice to issue the mandatory water restrictions. That's what they are, mandatory water restrictions. We don't want people screwing around with water when they don't have to.
And their day-to-day can remain the same. It's more of just you don't want them watering their lawns, filling their pools, washing their cars, correct?
Yes, there's a laundry list that is identified
Yes.
is codified as part of our code. That was basically taken directly out of our code. That is what's in there. Some of them are a little weird language in there, but that's what our code
Because I think that's the
says.
main thing, I think everyone on the board received calls from residents concerned when they see a water emergency. I just think it's really important that we put out a notice letting them know that they can continue with their normal day-to-day activities within their residence. And like you just said, it's more of just overconsumption of water.
It's any excessive use. Nobody will be watering their lawn this time of year,
Yeah,
so
it shouldn't really,
that's
it
fine.
shouldn't really affect
Right.
anybody.
Yeah, but the hour shower that you take, cut back on that.
That'll
mean,
that'll
I'm
help.
you know,
But also, one of the restrictions in there is not to
Susie,
put an outdoor.
she knows it. Susie's like, hour and a half.
One of the restrictions in
45
there is not
minutes
to
on
have
that.
ice skating rinks, right? So
No,
this
of
is the
course,
time of
Rich,
year
we
you
get
have
it.
them,
We get
right?
it. I
So-
think it's loud and clear. Just be conscious of how much water you're using, that's all.
Right. No problem.
Thank you, Rich.
And last up, Deputy Supervisor Frank Lombardi, consider request to authorize entry into an agreement, Putnam County sales tax revenue sharing.
So we finally came to the end here of something that I think we've all been talking about and discussing with our county legislators in the last couple of years, and some of us for longer than that. But what we have here is agreement that the county will, for the first time ever, County of Putnam, will be sharing sales tax revenue with the towns. This agreement, if signed, will take effect December 1st, and each quarter we will be getting 1/9 of 1% of the 4% sales tax revenue received by the county, and continuing for the 2-year agreement of this contract. It provides for, although it doesn't really affect the town of Carmel, that there is a floor of $50,000, but in light of the fact that it's done by population, we here in the town of Carmel are roughly 40,000 residents of 100,000 of Putnam County, so we should be getting 35% of that amount, which is all that we've ever argued for. And the argument was basically, from where I sat years ago, you know, we here in the town of Carmel provide the services that allows the businesses to thrive, that allow them to collect the sales tax revenue. So the highway department plows the roads. Our police department patrols the streets, makes sure that they're safe, make sure that people want to shop in our town. The planning board, the zoning board do all the work that they do. So why should all that money go to the county without it coming back to those entities and to the town that provides the mechanism for that service, for them to collect that sales tax? So it took a long time. I know we've all argued with and met with our county legislators and county executive. I know Rob has, Susie has, we all have. So it starts on January 15th. There's a distribution April 15th, July, and October 15th. Now, the money, which I've mentioned before, is limited to use for local infrastructure projects, capital improvements, which include design and planning. You can't use it for salary and payroll purposes. But for our purposes, that's a great win, because what we can do now with our budget, let's just, for example, say that the highway superintendent needed $200,000 for roads, and we were going to put that in our budget. Well, now we can say, you know what, that sales tax revenue, for example, is going to be dedicated to that. Or if the town hall needed computer services, or the police department needed, whatever it turns out to be, we don't need to necessarily put that back into our budget anymore, because now we freed up money because we have sales tax revenue coming in. So we will report, Mary Ann will report to us and to the public how much we receive each quarter, but it is definitely something that was needed and is definitely a benefit to us and to the county, because we're going to improve our infrastructure of the town, and that'll lend itself to increased sales tax revenue. During COVID, I spoke to Bill Carlin, who was the Commissioner of Finance. I said, "Oh, you must be hurting because nobody was buying gas, because nobody was going anywhere." He goes, "No." He goes, "We collect sales tax revenue," and I didn't realize this at the time, from all those online deliveries that you get, Amazon and et cetera, they were offsetting the loss of sales tax revenue on gasoline with the increase of Amazon and the like. So now that you have gas prices and you have delivery fees of Amazon and whatnot, I think it'll be a good amount. I can't estimate what it will be, but I believe it will be strongly beneficial to the town of Carmel. So that's all I have to say, and I hope that I think we're all in agreement that you should sign this. And
I also just want to give a shout out to Putnam County Executive Kevin Byrne for really leading this charge on delivering, again, another historic tax cut to Putnam County. And, you know, really, again, people like Frank, who came before us, who championed the fight, but no one really listened. So I want to thank him for listening to all the villages in Putnam County and the towns and getting this deal done, because, like what Frank just said, it benefits all of us, not just here in Carmel, but throughout the entire county.
Excellent. Public comment, keep it to 5 minutes. If anybody wants to come up, say your name.
We represent the Boy Scouts.
Yes.
We would
Have a great night. Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Bert Melchner,
Bert
resident
Melchner,
of Carmel.
lifetime resident. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Great stuff. Good job with the taxes. Nice to see everybody. Hi, Nina. Mike. I just wanted to ask a question. Actually, first, I had a question, and I try to do my due diligence, and I called the town the other day, and I had a question about signs on the street, and I called the building department, and it was like, yeah, here's the price, here's the fee, here's the this, here's the that. They had all the answers to my questions. I failed to ask all the right questions, but shout out to the building department. They were great when I called them the other day. But my question is, I drive around this town and I see little signs stapled on trees, stapled on like telephone poles, stuck in the ground in front of cemeteries at the four corners. Is there a law against that?
Go ahead, go ahead. Yeah.
You can do it.
It's getting
Yes.
bad.
Yes, we had one. If you remember,
I don't.
the previous years, you wouldn't see all of these signs.
Yeah.
I think at the next meeting, is it the next meeting?
yeah.
In December,
The
we're
first one.
revoting to put it back in the law.
That'd be great.
Simpler. So Mike Carnaz that came to us was very simple terms. So on any right-of-way or any town property, you're not going to be allowed,
And we're also going to
any
be
of the
great.
signs.
And we're also going to be addressing political signs. We're going to go back to the original code. When we adopted the master code,
Yep.
it got
Somehow it got slipped
Slipped
through.
through.
It's the First
We are
Amendment.
Yeah,
not
so-
sure,
Yeah.
you know, the
so.
First
And
Amendment.
one of the things too that we're going to look to do is
Yeah.
restrict the giant billboard-style political signs in residential neighborhoods and limit them to commercial corridors.
Yeah,
Question.
that would be great.
So
Bert,
so
are
Bert,
you-
next year you won't see them again.
Yeah, that would
No,
be
you're
great.
not-
Look, this started because I have friends that own businesses in town, and the work that they need to do to get a sign in front of their building is...
Yeah, it's work.
They need permits, they
course.
need
Yeah.
fees, they need all this
just-
stuff, and somebody goes and they put a
you-
sign
I
on
know.
a street in front of
And it
a
just looks
cemetery. It just
horrible.
looks horrible.
It absolutely
And
looks horrible.
I want to stop and pull it over, pull them out of the ground, but it's not for me to do.
I know.
I want you guys to do it. It sounds like you guys are doing it, so that's great.
Yep.
You're not
Go ahead.
referring to political signs, are you?
No,
you're
this
not.
is, I got a tree service,
Oh,
tree cutting
washing.
service.
Okay.
I got a.
Okay.
House sale.
Yeah, house, whatever.
Right.
Garage sale, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, not even a garage sale, but like, somebody puts up accounting services.
Right.
Tree services.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, I got pictures of a dozen of them in my phone, and they
So
drive me
Bert-
crazy because I know what my friends pay to get a sign put
Bert,
up.
if you remember, like, last year and the year before, you know how those signs that will buy your house?
Yeah.
right? And there was a 914 number on it. So I kept seeing all over the place, and I called Mike Carnaz. I'm like, he goes, yeah, we're going out and pull them out. And as soon as they pull them out, they put them back up. So
Was there a
he would
fine?
call- He would, yes. Except for the fact that so he would call that number, and long story short, we got to the end of that, basically threatening them with, litigation for those particular signs, we buy houses, 914, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But similar, all those signs, they pull them out and they pull them back in. So I know that they're diligent when there is a phone number on them to call those people. And sometimes some of them, innocently just don't know that they're not supposed to put them up. I think the majority of them do know. So the building department does try their best, but like you said, there's a proliferation of them all over the place.
Yeah, and I want to give Dennis a shout out in the building department. I know he runs around town all over the place pulling illegal signs, and if he sees something that's not compliant per code, he's not shy of pulling that sign. But again, like what Susie said, it slipped through when we adopted the master plan, and we are going to be rectifying it at our next town board meeting.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's all I got.
Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
So the town hall will be closed for Thanksgiving, the 27th, and the subsequent Friday. So we won't be open until, again, on Monday. Everybody go to, either on Facebook or on the internet, the Carmel Civic Association, right? The Hamlet of Carmel Civic Association website or their Facebook page, because, again, this year on Saturday, December 6, 2024, they'll be having their festival up in Carmel. There's the parade of lights that goes down the main street up on 52, the library,
And all the other stuff.
and all the other stuff. There's so much. There's
Chowderfest.
the
and
chowder, the hayride
better
with
for them.
Santa. There's so many things. So look at their Facebook if you have it, or on their internet. If not, you can call them too. And yeah, so enjoy your Thanksgiving, everybody. And
Yeah, so I have two things. November 29th, the day after Black Friday, we have Holiday in the Park, hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. And fortunately, the Dads group of Mahopac and Carmel have the honor of decorating the entire downtown area and also the Chamber Park with a huge help from the Carmel Parks and Rec Department. We're working in collab, and also the Highway Department is going to give us a hefty hand to hang some nice decor downtown. Yeah, that's November 29th, Holiday in the Park.
Anyone else? This Saturday is our Thanksgiving Day Parade. We are very excited with the lineup that we have. We have over 33 different organizations marching in the parade. We're going to have vendors, DJ, food trucks at Michael Geary Rink across from the firehouse. It's going to be a great time. All the proceeds and benefits are going to go directly to Izzy Cashin and her family. We've raised an unbelievable amount of money, which we're very excited to give to her and her family. So if you're in the area, you're looking for something to do, swing by. It's going to be a great time. And then December 5th, Councilman Lugo and myself are going to be hosting a Polar Express movie night here at Carmel Town Hall with a special surprise visit from Santa Claus. So if you guys are interested, there'll be details online. Reach out to either one of us if you have questions. Thanks.
so motion to close the meeting?
Adjourn.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Good night, everybody.